and balls. Woo! Big up everyone in the house. How are we doing? How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Darwin Nunez, that beautiful, beautiful man. Look at him right there. My guy. My guy. Darwin Nunez. What a player. What a man. What a boy. Woo! What a player! Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Well. What a result this was. What a result. What a result. What a start to the season for Liverpool. We're going to talk about everything today, guys. We're going to talk about the result. We're going to talk about Darwin Núñez. We're going to talk about Szoboszlai, the new Steven Gerrard. There you go. I've said it. Going to talk about Virgil getting sent off. Trent's absolute horror show. Klopp's terrible tactics, although we won. Lots to talk about, guys. So make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and all the good stuff. Big up to everyone in the house. How we all doing? Darwin Nunez. My man Darwin. Never lost faith. Lies. I lost faith. Big up Darwin. What a player. What a man. This Liverpool. Liverpool kill you, man. You can't get life insurance if you're a Liverpool fan. They won't pay out. You won't get it. You can't ring up the life insurance companies to go, right, yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. They just put the phone down straight away. They ain't paying out on that insurance. It is horrible sometimes to be a Liverpool Football Club fan. It really is. But look, we started the season 2 wins, 1 draw. I ain't too bad, to be fair. We've had a hard start to the season, away to Chelsea, away to Newcastle, a home game at Bournemouth. Not been the easiest start of the season. 2 hard away games, not lost yet. I'm proper happy. I'm proper happy. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I am proper happy. Darwin Torres, as Trudon says there. Darwin Torres, Darwin was clutch. They weren't even tap-ins. They were proper goals, proper finishes. Class, clutch goals from Darwin Núñez. I'm going to be singing Darwin's name for a long time. I think Darwin should be starting against Aston Villa next week. Darwin Núñez, man. Much credit to Darwin. Much credit to Darwin for doing it. I love the guy. I'm on the Darwin train. Why not? Let's get on it. Woohoo! Let's get on that Darwin train, guys, all together now. Let's get a look at him. Beautiful man. 2 goals against Newcastle today. And do you know what it is? I don't like Newcastle. I can't stand Newcastle. I do not like Newcastle. I can't say this enough. They are the most irritating bastards. They moan all the time. I hate them. I don't want to hear it no more. Oh, I like Newcastle because they're a one city team and I like their passion and all that. No, fuck it. I can't stand Newcastle anymore. They can stick their passion up their arse. Nah, I'm not with Newcastle anymore. Yeah, I know. I went on the Darwin. I'm back on the Darwin train, man. Darwin, I said if he didn't work out, he should be sold. I'm back on the Darwin train. Don't you worry about that. My love for Darwin's back. This absolute toss spot on the picture right now. This complete waste of human flesh. I like the spotlight. The camera must always been on me. Absolute tit. Look at him shushing Klopp there. You going to suck a dick, you absolute fraud. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. They get a bit of money and all the cockroaches come out, don't they? They think they own the world now. Yeah, go and stick your Anthony up your ass. Yeah, go and stick this absolute turtleneck up your ass. Eddie Howe, out of his depth. Stick him up your ass. I want them all gone, man. I want them all gone. Can't stand them. Fuck them. And And if you wanted to know my views on what I feel about Newcastle, I think I've just told the world. Big up, Michael. Talk football in the chat. How you doing, Mike? Hope you're doing well, man. Jamie, how we playing better with 10 men than 11? It's scary, actually. Do you know why we better play? Do you know why we play better with 10 men, guys? Because we can't counter press with 10 men, which means we have to be a bit more defensively solid, which means we have to drop the high line back by 5 yards, which makes us a better team. Why don't we play that with 11 men? We might actually look better on the ice sometimes. Yeah, that is probably why we play better. But yeah. That was an away performance today. I hate Newcastle. Hate them. I can't say this enough. They're doing I used to really like Newcastle. I used to like the city. I used to like the fan base, the people. But since they come into money, they think they own the world now. And then Newcastle. Before I get into the show, Dan, we delve deeper into this. I've just got to mention this. Newcastle were getting upset at us at wasting time. Newcastle, the ultimate time wasters, the biggest time wasters in the Premier League, were moaning that Liverpool were time wasting. Nah, go and drag your ass against the floor like a dog with fleas. That's what I think of Newcastle. They're a dog with fleas. Go and drag your ass across the floor. You know, stuff you. Eddie Howe, his substitutions today were hilarious. Why did he take his 3 best players off the pitch and put 3 bums on instead? As soon as that happened today, as soon as he took his 3 best players off in his out, Gordon and Tonali, as soon as he did that, I went, we're coming back in this game. We're getting back in this game now, because he brought their 3 best players off and brought 3 bums on. Bums! You know, bums! Eddie Howe out of his depth, man. I told you, Newcastle going to struggle this season. I think Newcastle's squad got showed up a little bit today. Them substitutions were dead from Newcastle. Them players that are coming off the bench of Newcastle are not that good. You know, Tonali to Langstaff. Yeah, Tonali, Langstaff. Yeah, Longstaff, whatever his fucking is. Long piece of shit. Whatever his name is. Tonali, long piece of shit. Yeah? That's your substitution if you're Newcastle. Yeah, twats. Got showed up. Saying that, Liverpool got a lot of bums as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. Name me one of them is Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I'm getting a bit fed up with him, I ain't gonna lie. Right, let's just kick this off, guys. Let's kick this off. So, Liverpool put out, I thought, was a reasonably good 11. Endo made his debut. Always going to be difficult for Endo in this game. Very difficult, but Klopp has his trust. So, I'm with Klopp on it. If he picks him, he picks him. But a very difficult away game to Newcastle. You know, this is a difficult away fixture for a lot of teams in the Premier League now. You know, hostile atmosphere. Newcastle are up for it. You know, they feel good about themselves right now. So it was a difficult start. It always going to be a difficult game. Curious Cole. I love this guy. I love you too, Curious Cole. Big up to you. Look, these games are difficult, man. I would have taken a draw from this game, I ain't gonna lie. I would have taken a draw from this game, the way we're playing at the moment. But the way we started this game was really bad. Really bad. The way we started this game. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets... What annoys... Right, I'm going to say this right now, yeah? So, the referee, in my opinion, could have reffed this game a lot better from the get-go. So, Anthony Gordon, for anyone who missed it, yeah? Anthony Gordon basically shoulder barged Trent in his back and pushed him off the pitch. It's a foul, right? It's a foul. Trent got a bit annoyed by that and threw the ball back on the pitch, yeah? You're not allowed to do that no more. You get a yellow card. So I was like, all right, yellow card for Trent. It's the rules now, whatever. But we've got a free kick here anyway. So let's get everyone up the pitch. We've got a free kick here. No, we didn't get a free kick. We got a throw. And Gordon didn't get a yellow card. And I'm sitting there thinking, how the hell has Trent got a yellow card for rolling the ball back on the pitch? But Anthony Gordon can literally do that in his back and push him off the pitch and not get a booking. So straight away, I knew where the ref was at. I knew the ref has been paid and he was doing his job, right? So from then, Trent was all over the shop. I'm actually shocked that Trent actually played the full 90 minutes. I'm actually shocked that Trent actually played the full 90 minutes because he was terrible. And he was all over the shop. And Anthony Gordon had him on toast. Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon had Trent on toast. And he was all over the shop, Trent, today. Then he obviously made that defensive mistake where he can't control the football anymore. And Anthony Gordon went through on his pace. And I've got to say, Anthony Gordon, it was a lovely finish. Going one-on-one with the best goalkeeper in the world in Alisson Becker is not an easy thing to do. And he took his goal really well. So much credit to Anthony Gordon there. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, man. Yeah, Newcastle got the throw as well. That's the other thing. Newcastle got the throw. Oh, I'm right. That's it. Now I'm this ref was on the payroll. I ain't gonna lie. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, let's have a serious conversation here, guys. No joking right now. I'm concerned about Trent Alexander-Arnold. I really am. I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed by him as well. I never thought I'd say this. I'm actually starting to get a little bit annoyed by Trent Alexander-Arnold. He doesn't want to learn to be a defender. Can we all agree with this in the chat right now? He's been in Liverpool's first team for a long time now. I don't think Trent wants to learn to be a defender. I don't think he wants to practice doing anything defensively. I don't think he cares. And it's starting to really annoy me. It really is, because I don't know where you play Trent. Look, personally, I think Trent's a right wing back. If you go play Trent in the back three, you play him as a right wing back. I think he cooks there. But he didn't play inverted today. So Trent weren't playing inverted today because we played Matip alongside him. So Robbo and Trent were more like their old fullback selves today. And he was diabolical. There's a problem with Trent's defensive ability in every single game. And now, once he gets cooked a little bit and you put it on Trent a little bit, he starts to feel it in the game. Like Anthony Gordon got in his head today. Anthony Gordon got in Trent Alexander-Arnold's head today. And for me, that's a bit of a worry. That's a bit of a worry for me that he got into Trent's head. You know, and Trent got a bit like, he panicked. Personally, I think Klopp should have taken him off. Before the Virgil red card. But for me, Trent was all over the shop. Look, I love Trent's passion. You know, towards the end of the game, getting the corners and all that and giving it all that. I love his passion. He's always going to have that because he's a Liverpool boy. He's a Scouser. He's a Red. He's always going to have that passion. He has the passion like we do as fans, yeah? Because he is a fan. But I never questioned Trent's ability, especially with the ball going forward. His ability is never going to be questioned. I'm just getting annoyed with him now at right back. I think Jurgen Klopp has got a massive choice to make with Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know, you've got Szoboszlai there now covering Trent, and Trent is still making mistakes. So what more excuses are we going to keep giving Trent at a right back position? Because Szoboszlai, who I'm going to talk about later, by the way, his work rate is second to none. And he's covering Trent in his positions. Szoboszlai is filling in. You know, he's making movements. He's all over the pitch, Szoboszlai. And Trent is still getting cooked. So what's the excuses we're going to keep with Trent at right back? I just don't think Trent was good, man. I think he was defensively all over the shop all game. And like, the only time Trent got a little bit better in the game is when Anthony Gordon went off. I am shocked that Andy Howe took Anthony Gordon off. because Anthony Gordon had the beating of Trent all game. He had the beating of him all game. Trent couldn't go near him. He couldn't touch him. And as soon as Gordon went off, I think Trent probably felt so much better. I bet Trent felt much better. And Trent did look better when Anthony Gordon went off because he weren't getting run at no more. So, you know, but Trent has got, I don't know what we're going to do. It is starting to annoy me because I never question the man's ability. The man's ability with the ball can never be questioned. His defensive ability can be questioned. And I think that's a fair thing, a fair assumption to make. His defensive ability can always be questioned. And we've got Szoboszlai there now, who's covering for him as well and making runs and making movements and doing all that. So, you know, what are we going to do down that right-hand side? Salah hasn't got the pace now to go to cover at right back and to get further forward again. Salah just wants to play his game in the final third, you know, and we're going to talk about Salah later because I've got some things to say. But look, and let's get a virtual red card as well, because I don't want to go keep dissing on and like Michael says, even Trent's passing today was not up to scratch. You know, he got Trent was too emotionally involved today. He was too emotionally involved, in my opinion. And that's not what I want to see from Trent. Again, I'm never going to question Trent's ability with the ball. Defensively, I think we can always have that conversation about Trent. And it's up to the manager what he does. Let's talk about the red card. Virgil van Dijk got sent off today. When I watched this live, like you guys, I actually thought Virgil got the ball. Now, if you was watching it on TV like me today, you would have heard Gary Neville basically couldn't wait for Virgil van Dijk to be sent off. Gary Neville's commentary today was it was out of order a little bit because he's meant to be neutral and he wasn't neutral at all today. He was talking so much crap. I don't think it was a red card. I don't even know if it was a foul. I'm going to be honest. I think, personally, I've watched it so many times now. I think Virgil kicked the ball in between Isak's legs, like the picture shows. I think Virgil kicked the ball through Isak's legs and then went through Isak on the way kicking the ball. I don't think he got leg first. I think he got ball first, then leg, and took Isak out. That is why Virgil was so upset about it. Now, should Virgil have made that tackle in the first place? That's the question. And no, Virgil should have been in a better position. He should have been a little bit deeper. I think he should have been a little bit deeper. And but that's not all Virgil's fault. Again, that's the high line. That's the high line we play. See, Virgil and Matip keep getting caught out because of this high line. You know, we're playing 5 yards, 10 yards deeper. Isak would have been in front of Virgil. You know what I mean, guys? He would have been in front. So if we're playing 10 yards deeper, Virgil would have been here and he would have been facing Isak up like this. But because we're playing so high up the pitch, Isak just got to play off Virgil's shoulder just a little bit. And once he's there when the ball's gone, Virgil ain't got the pace like he used to have. So it's harder for him to get back. So he had to make that tackle. Look, I'm going to say it right now. If that was Man United, I don't even think the ref blows for a foul. I'm just being honest. I'm really starting to think like this now. I reckon if that was Man United, I don't think the ref even blows for a free kick. I think it plays on. If they do blow for a free kick, I think VAR overturn the red card. I don't see how it was a red card. It's not even that bad of a foul, even if it is a foul. And if anything, it's just a foul. It's not even that bad. I literally think he got the ball and went with you used to be able to get the ball and the man at the same time. If you got the ball and the man at the same time, it never used to be a problem. But the way Gary Neville was talking on commentary and the way Jamie Carragher in the punditry, just get rid of Jamie Carragher. He should be sacked. I've had enough of him. Talks absolute garbage. No, Virgil didn't kick through Isak. He actually got the ball and Isak sort of at the same time. But if you go back and watch it, Virgil kicks the ball through Isak's legs and Isak's back foot and Virgil's foot collide at the same time. So sort of like Virgil's back foot and Isaac's back foot collide at the same time on his ankle, but at that same time, Virgil kicks the ball through Isaac's legs. That's why Virgil was so upset. That's why Virgil was so upset. I mean, look, that's the moment of the tackle. I just don't think it's these refs doing my head in, man. And then what I don't care, right? All right, so the ref sent him off, yeah? The ref sent him off, right? But how many fouls did Joe Linton make today? How many fouls did Joe Linton make today? There was a foul today, I think Joe Linton made on McAllister, which was exactly the same foul as Virgil van Dijk apparently did to Isaac to get sent off for, yeah, on the halfway line. And Joe Linton didn't even get a yellow card. There was more contact. Does everyone remember the foul? I think it was on McAllister. And McAllister's looking towards our goal, and it's roughly around the halfway line. And Joe Linton just goes down on his leg like that. Yeah? Didn't even get a yellow card. Didn't even get a yellow card. That's what annoys me about this refereeing and officiating. The officiating is terrible. I've seen better refs in cage football. I really have. These referees are a joke. They're an absolute joke. And it all goes back from the Trent and Anthony Gordon incident that opened the game. If the ref was stronger there and gave Anthony Gordon the yellow card like he should have for the foul on Trent, then all this is different. All this is different. But look, Virgil got his red card. It is what it is. He got sent off. We can't change the subject of it. It is what it is. Yeah? The man's been done. He's been red carded. I don't think it was a red card. If it was a foul, it ain't a red card, in my opinion. I think Liverpool were very poor till Newcastle made their substitutions. I think that was the key to the game. But let's get to our substitutions as well. I want to give a little bit of praise to Joe Gomez, guys. I want to give a bit of praise to Joe Gomez. I thought Joe Gomez was excellent when he came on. I thought Joe Gomez was really good when he came on. I was actually quite impressed with Joe Gomez, actually, especially on that left-hand side where Virgil plays. That's the Joe Gomez I want to see a little bit more of. I thought Gomez came in a difficult time. Newcastle are well on top. We've not got started at all. We're all over the shop. All over the shop. And I thought Gomez came in and played really well. I was actually shocked how well Gomez played. I thought Matip was decent today as well. Gomez, though, had a good game. He had a bit of pace about him. You know, he actually won headers in the box. When was the last time you see Joe Gomez starting to win headers in the box? He was clearing our box with headers. That's not usually what Joe Gomez's strengths are. He don't usually win a lot of headers in the box for a centre-back. But he was clearing our box with headers, which I was happy to see. I think Gomez took a commanding role as the defender when he came on. I think when Gomez came on, I think he took a commanding role. He went, right, I'm going to take over now. I'm going to be the Virgil now. I'm going to take a commanding role in his team. Because sometimes when Gomez comes on, I think he plays within himself a little bit. You know, he's very happy to be the lieutenant, the second in command sort of thing. But today I thought he came on, showed maturity, and was the leader out there at the back for me. I was impressed with Joe Gomez. I ain't going to diss Joe Gomez. You know, I'm not Joe Gomez's biggest fan. But today I thought he was really good, guys. I thought he was really good. Let me know in the chat what you thought of Gomez today. Let me know what you think, guys. MD, that fun now, I'm dead. Yeah, big up, guys. Big up. My mum said FSG, yeah, big up, Booger Boy. He's great for the squad. You need players like him and can play anywhere. Yeah, I thought Gomez was good today, guys. What do you think? Genghis Hassan, Gomez was in control. Yeah, Gomez was good today. Jane, my mum said about Jolinton as well. She said that's a terrible referee. Right? Yeah, your mum's right, man. Your mum's right. Yeah, we'll get to Harvey Elliott and Alisson, guys. Don't you worry about that. I thought Gomez was decent. It was good to see. I like Gomez, good squad player. Gomez wasn't looking spicy today, really good. Yeah. Kwanzaa did well when he came on. Yeah, I thought Kwanzaa did all right when he came on. He really did. But I was impressed with Joe Gomez. I really, really was impressed with him. Another player that came on today. Bigger Hamza in the chat as well. We got Ashley in the chat. Daryl, hope you're all good, guys. Another player I was really happy with today, Jota. Now, I don't think Jota's been particularly great at the start of this season yet. Don't think he's got into the swing of the season. But I've always said I think Jota's a better impact player off the substitute bench. I think when Jota comes off the bench, I always think he impresses and looks good. And I think he brought a calmness to the team today in the forward areas. Because Liverpool have a tendency sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of the times recently, to rush their game, to rush things. You know, especially when they're a goal down. Liverpool try and rush too much. I think Klopp's always telling them to calm down. You see him on like that, calm down, slow down on touchline because Liverpool just rush everything all the time. And Jota came on and brought, I think, more control to the forward line. You know, he was getting a hold of the ball. He was keeping the ball. He was looking for people in the box. I was impressed with Jota's game today. Big up, Bajan in the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. I was really, really impressed with Jota today. I thought he played really well when he came off the bench. It's just that control he had. You know, sometimes you got to know when to slow the game down, even when you're 1-0 down. Even when you're 1-0 down and you're 10 men down, you're 1 man down, sorry, with 10 men. You got to sometimes slow the game down. You just need to, because when you're rushing it, that's when you make mistakes. And if you're making mistakes when you're 1-0 down and you're a man down, that mistake could be really a much bigger mistake if Newcastle go and score more goals. So slowing the game down, taking your time. I think Jota did that beautifully today when he came on. He chilled everyone out a little bit and helped the situation. I thought Jota was really impressive when he came on. He was dropping deep as well, picking the ball up in midfield, you know, and running with it down that left-hand side, linking with Robbo a few times, and linking with the midfielders, especially Harvey Elliott when he came on. I thought Jota was impressive, man. I really do. I think Jota was impressive. Gakpo played the number 9 position today. I thought Gakpo started the game okay. You can see what Gakpo's trying to do. But here's my problem with Gakpo right now. So last season, Gakpo in that false number 9 role worked a treat because of the midfield we had. Especially when we had the midfield of Henderson and Fabinho. We had Henderson and Fabinho in our midfield. So playing Gakpo in that false number 9 position works better because we've got less creativity in midfield. So Gakpo can come deep and pick the ball up of Fabinho and Henderson, whoever's playing in that area, Curtis Jones, whoever's playing in that midfield area. And then the runners like Salah and that can come inside, and Luis Diaz can come inside and get into more attacking positions. That worked well last year because of the way our midfield was. I don't know if Gakpo playing number 9 works as well this year if we got Szoboszlai and McAllister. Because Szoboszlai and McAllister are creative-minded midfielders and they're technicians. So they're looking for a striker that's trying to stretch the opposition. So when Gakpo comes deep, I think he gets in the way of McAllister and Szoboszlai a little bit. And they're looking for that ball over the top. They're looking for killer balls to stretch the game. So they're looking for that striker who's going to run in beyond. So that's something to look out for. I didn't think it was Gakpo's best game. But Gakpo's a warrior, man. He's a runner. He works hard for the team. I understand why Klopp loves him. You know, Gakpo's played every game so far this season. He's played either in midfield. He's played left wing. He's played up top. I actually think Gakpo looked a little bit better when he went over to the left wing for a little bit today as well. But he's a warrior, man. I like Gakpo. He's a quality player. He's going to get better for us as the season goes on. So I've got no problem with Cody Gakpo at all. Mo Salah will get to at the moment because he was terrible again. I know we got an assist, but we're going to have words about him. I'm going to leave him for a bit. I'm going to get K-Mac on first. Big up, man. How you doing?
Hello, mate. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Loud and clear, man.
My God, don't we just love football?
Yeah, we do, man. We do.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just talking about Gakpo there. I thought, I think Gakpo's a warrior.
It's not his fault.
I said, like, what I was basically saying is Gakpo last season in the false nine worked because of the midfield we had. So he's picking the ball off Henderson and Fabinho and Curtis Jones. So it's better for him to play in that false nine position. I don't know going forward if we need him in that false nine position when you've got technicians like McAllister and Szoboszlai in that midfield area who are looking to stretch the game. So if your forward is coming close to your midfielders that are technicians and are better on the ball, they want you to go the other way because they want to make them passes towards you. And plus, they want to play in that final third area where you're coming into. And that's not Cody Gakpo's fault. That's just the position he's being played at the moment. But as I said, he's a quality player. We've got a long old season and Cody Gakpo is going to come into his own. He's very versatile for Liverpool. Klopp rates him because he's played every game. I've got no problem with Gakpo. It just wasn't his strongest performance today, was it?
No, and the problem was as well is when we got the man sent off, he got dragged into midfield again. And he's basically playing against the midfield, which are just full of roid monsters. They are monsters. Like they ate our midfield up. The state of Endo when he came off after like 58 minutes, he looked like he'd just done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. Like, do you want me to comment about the game?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, with Endo, look, I've already said earlier with Taro Endo. Now, coming in and making your full debut away to Newcastle is not easy. When he never played in England before. I didn't think he did a lot wrong, to be absolutely fair. It's just that the tactics...
He just ran a lot.
Yeah, I just don't think the system suits what everyone wants to play at the moment. That's my problem. I don't think the players, right, because I want to ask, I've said this twice now, for the last 2 games running, Liverpool look better when they go down 10 men. And the reason behind that is because they don't have to counter press and they don't have to play a high line. What they do when they got 10 men is play more direct and counter-attacking football, which this Liverpool team is perfectly set up for. That's what this Liverpool team's perfectly set up for. I've been saying it for ages. That's how Liverpool used to play under Klopp. We used to be efficient, counter-attacking, counter-pressing monsters, yeah? We never used to be this possession-based team playing out from the back. I hate it. I can't stand it. I don't want us to play like that. So when we got 10 men, we sat back a little bit deeper and we played more direct and counter-attacking. And because of that, we look better. When we've got 11 men, we're looking the counter-press, pushing right up the pitch. And that's where we look more vulnerable, in my opinion, K-Mac. I don't know about you.
So I 100% agree with you. Basically, 11 men, we're trying to play like Pep. 10 men, we then start playing like Klopp's team from old. Like 100%. Like we now have the midfielders. We don't need to play the high line and the counter press. We don't need that now because we've now got the midfielders that can make a difference. We've now got the creativity, which we've never had before. And that's why we should scrap what we're doing and play 11 players with the correct way of playing. Because guess what? Playing 11 players instead of 10 players is better. And that's why we look better with 10 men, because we now play the way we should play. And it's crazy. It's like taking one man out of our midfield just like makes a big difference, because we're not playing the high line and we're not trying to counter press the team. And we can play counter-attacking and we can play more direct. And guess what? Direct passing from guys who can play the ball through an entire team with one pass can win you games. And look what happened today.
Yeah, we saw that today.
We won the game because of it.
our 2 goals came from more direct play.
Spot on.
You know, that's where our goals came from. And I've got nothing wrong with that. We don't have to be pretty on the eye like Brighton and Man City. Liverpool don't need to do that. Go back when
we're also not Brighton or Man City.
No, so play
we
away.
Never have. We never will be.
Play
like,
away.
Don't try to create it now.
Yeah, we got such talented footballers, yeah, that I don't think feel comfortable at the moment playing the way Pep Linders and Jurgen Klopp wants this team to play. This is a Pep Linders and Klopp sort of brainchild, this new way of playing, and I don't think it really suits us because Virgil likes to ping the ball. He doesn't really like to roll balls out from the
today
back.
as well, by the way. Did you notice?
He likes
diagonals again.
He likes to ping it. That's what he wants to do. He wants to play direct. He likes to ping it to the wide players. The wide players get it. Salah keeps hold of the ball, waits for everyone to come up. Then they start playing in the final third because it's direct football. That's the way Liverpool used to play. I don't think Virgil likes rolling the ball out to his fullback that then goes to the number 6, that then goes back to Matip, that then goes back to and then all of a sudden everything's upon us because we don't know how to play out from the back. Scrap it. Go back to more direct, efficient Liverpool. I used to love watching Liverpool win in the Champions League and Premier League winning years. Even the year before that, when you saw what Klopp was trying to do, I used to love it. 3 passes and we score. I'd be used to sitting there. That's all we need to do. 3 passes and we score. That's all we need to do. Go back to it. There's nothing wrong with it.
What did we do today? What did we do today? 3 passes and we scored.
Exactly. That's what I want, man. That's what I want. Yes, we can play some pretty football sometimes. Our first goal against Chelsea, that was pretty football playing out from the back. Yeah, but if you go back to that, Chelsea left so much space. Pretty easy to do. We never got pressed in any passing situation. Liverpool can do that. I remember a goal last season when Alisson cleared it from the outside of his foot. It went to Trent. Trent then played a long ball from the outside of his foot. It went to Diaz and he cut it across to Bobby, I think, who tapped it in. It was like 4 passes, and it was the best goal I've seen all season. It was beautiful.
It was.
Play like that. That's what I want. And we've got a striker. Look, I've said it about Darwin Nunez a few times. I like Darwin Nunez. I've always said it, though. If Darwin Nunez can't play to the way Jurgen Klopp wants to play him, and he's not using him correctly or anything like that, and Darwin can't do it, then sell him at the end of next season. But if you play Darwin like you did today, and you play direct into Darwin, his movement, look, I will say one thing for Darwin Nunez, and I said this last season when people were getting on him. Darwin Nunez's movement is excellent, but we play about with the ball too much before we release it to him. And by the time we release it to him, he's offside.
And he's knackered because he's ran so many times.
But his 2 goals today came from direct play. And he laid off the shoulder of the defender. He's got so much pace, you ain't catching him in behind. And what do you know? We scored 2 beautiful goals. And look, Darwin was clutch today. Last season, I don't know if Darwin finishes them 2 chances, to be fair with you. He's obviously doing something in training. And for me, K-Mac, because I think Darwin's a bit of a confidence player. I think he likes an arm around him and all that. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. If he gets the best out of him, what's it matter? For me, you have to start Darwin against Aston Villa next week. You just have to.
So the thing about it is we only played that way because we were forced to do it. And that's the worry for me. It's like if we were forced to play that way today, and that's how Darwin Nunez ended up with both his goals, because we were forced into direct football. And that's the worry, that we're not forced next game because we'll have 11 men. So we'll go back to type, which is not gonna cut it. Villa are a tough team. They were when we played them at home last time. That first Darwin Nunez goal. Have you ever played pool and you've just hit one of those shots?
Yeah, every day.
Hit it so hard, and it could have gone anywhere, but it went straight in the pocket. That was that. It was incredible.
I was sitting in my living room, and when
that was a bobbling ball as well, by the way. If you watch it in slow motion,
and the way he connected that ball and it went in the corner of the net, I was like, because I thought, oh shit, he's going to miss this. And then when he put it, I was like, fuck, come on. And then you could see his confidence rise from that goal.
Yeah.
And look, Salah, look, let me just talk about Salah for a second, right?
I think we need to talk about Salah's assists, by the way.
That's what I'm going to get
something,
to.
They are something out of this world.
This is what I'm going to get to with Mo Salah, right? With Mo Salah, I can understand everyone's negativity about Mo at the moment because he's not the Mo of old. And I get it. I do. Mo hasn't got the pace he used to. That's fair. He's 31. He's not going to have the pace he used to. I don't even think Mo's got the pace he had last season. I think where Mo is training so much now, I don't think he's training his upper body so much so he's nice and strong and he's got that low sense of gravity. I think he's doing that for a reason, for longevity in his career, because he knows his pace will eventually go away. So he needs to change his game a little bit. And I'm fine with that. I think we got to start looking at Mo Salah as not our main goal scorer anymore. I think that's what we got to do as a club. We got to look at Mo Salah now as that sort of complete player, because I said this earlier on another channel. I think the older Mo Salah gets, I think he can play as number 10, at playmaking number 10 through the centre. He can't play as a number 9 up front striker. We did that earlier in the game when we had 10 men. It didn't really work for him because Mo still likes, because he's a winger naturally, he still likes to come towards the ball too much sometimes, and then he hasn't got that speed to half turn and get away from someone anymore in that number 9 position. But when he drops deep and he picks the ball up in that 10 area, he's done it 3 times this season already. And each one's been a quality assist. And that second goal for Darwin today, yeah, Mo had to get it off his right foot to put onto his left foot. And then if you go back and watch it, he has pinged it like an arrow, side-footed off his left foot, in between the 2 like Newcastle defenders that are sitting there, right? Just in between them, perfect pace on the ball for Darwin just to turn his man and run onto it and go onto goal. It was a beautiful, beautiful assist. But I think what we got to do as fans now, and maybe what Liverpool Football Club need to start doing, is make Darwin Nunez our main goal scorer. And not expect Mo Salah to be our main goal scorer. Just make him that playmaking winger that can score goals and assist. And that's his game now, K-Mac, in my opinion.
I 100% agree. And I think that burden coming off him will help as well. Because the guy carries the weight of the club on his shoulders every single season. And he puts so much pressure on himself as well, like to hit these records. You know, when he came off against Chelsea, he was angry because he didn't score again, which would have made it 6 years in a row scoring in the first game of the season, which is like his record that he broke anyway. So he wants to keep on re-breaking his own record. I mean, for me, that pass, Darwin Nunez was about 5 yards onside. That's how good that pass was. That he didn't even have to break stride. Like that pass was as good as the goal that won the game for me. Like, because, and you also have to give a bit of credit to Harvey Elliott as well, because he won the ball in midfield.
Harvey was great.
He doesn't win a lot of duels, but he won that ball in midfield, which then got the ball to Salah. So, you know, kudos to him. You know, at the end of the day, like I've talked about this a million times, you pass the ball to Salah 50 times in any game, we win it. You just keep on giving the guy the ball. Like, he will produce. Like, if he doesn't score, he will create. If he doesn't create, he will at least take the heat away from someone else who can have the space to then score. You know, he's the guy. Like, and you know, all of this rumours about him being sold, or this £130 million bid coming in, and this is going to be his last game for Liverpool. We just have to roll with it and just hope that he doesn't go.
Do you want to hear my theory on this?
Oh, go on. You think it was a Newcastle thing?
No. I think Elliott want Salah bad, and they want him this summer. Do you know why I think they want him this summer? Because next summer Salah will have 1 year left on his deal. Yeah. He'll have 1 year left on his deal. I don't think our owners are going to give Salah a brand new deal, because that would mean he'll have to have around 400 grand a week. I just don't.
He won't get a pay rise.
I just don't think our owners are going to give Salah a pay rise in a new deal, when he's 31, 32. They should do, but I don't think they're going to. If that's the case, Salah's got 1 year left in his contract. If he's got 1 year left in his contract, you'll go get Real Madrid and PSG sniffing around for Salah with 1 year left in his deal. At the moment, with 2 years left in his deal, the price range might be out of Real Madrid and PSG's remit at the moment, leaving Saudi to go for him alone.
That's a good shout, by the way.
And I think that's why they're trying to get him this summer desperately, because I don't think they want to get into a bidding war with some of Europe's bigger clubs next year. And plus, when he's got a year left in his contract, Mo might just leave for a free. And we don't want Mo leaving for a free. And he decides, I'm just going to wait till my contract finishes and go somewhere big time and get monster money. So I think they're just trying to look at getting him this summer for that reason. My worry is, and this is my worry, that they come on transfer deadline day and offer a price that Liverpool can't turn down. And that's going to be my issue with it, because I know Klopp said today in an interview, he said, as far as I'm concerned, Salah's going nowhere. So I think the reporter said, like, Etihad are not giving up on this deal. And Klopp said, it's done. It's finished.
It is to him.
It's done to him. But Klopp's only the manager. If they come in with close to 200 million on deadline day, I don't think Liverpool turn it down.
I said this on Kwasi's show earlier. It's like you kind of have to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is Liverpool owners are businessmen, and if they spend £36 million on a player and they're going to make 200 million off him in 7 years' time, what are you going to do? You'd be crazy if you're a businessman not to take a huge profit, whether it's detrimental to the team or not. They would see it as, well, okay, we've got 5 attackers. You know, if we lose Salah's 6, okay, where are we going to replace those goals from? Well, you know, we've got Nunez that we can play more. We've got Gakpo that can play more. We've got more midfielders that can maybe get more goals. They'll look at it as a spread. And my issue is, and I said this on his show, is we bid at 111 million for Caicedo. Did they know that 111 million was going to come in from Salah? And that's why we went so big, because we knew the money was going to be there. That's the question I've got, because we know how they work. It was the same with Coutinho. You know, we may well have bought Virgil van Dijk earlier because we knew Coutinho was going to go. Like, we don't know how far in advance these transfers are, or the conversations around budget and players being sold might be. So that's the problem. And Salah's going to be really hard to replace. I'm sorry. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we got a 1-1 draw with Chelsea because of his wonder assist. We just won the game against Newcastle away because of Salah's wonder assist. You know, he got the second goal. Okay, bar it was a penalty, but a tap in after the penalty. But he still got the second goal ahead in the Bournemouth game, which makes a difference in the way we played then. He's been pivotal in the last 3 games already this season. Nothing changes with him. He's still a pivotal player. So selling him on the last day, or even after the transfer window, there's no Salah replacement. And can you replace Salah?
Look, replacing Salah for number wise, you know, goals and assists. Not many right wingers, if any right wingers in the world, that'll probably get that. What you got to do, you just got to go into the market and look for a player that is just going to be maybe a creative winger to help Darwin Nunez. Mate, that's probably what you look. You just change it up a little bit, because the thing is, there is goals in our team from other players, and that's going to happen eventually. Look, Mo is going to leave Liverpool eventually, yeah. And Liverpool
I always thought he was going to go next year, by the way. Like, I thought if Saudi come in or another team, he was going to go.
I think Etihad really wants Salah. Unless the club are going, unless FSG and Liverpool have come out and said, I don't care what you bid, he ain't going this summer. You could be 400 million for him. We ain't letting him go this summer with a week left of the window. It just ain't going to happen. But next summer,
we're silent though, aren't we?
But next summer, I think me, you, everyone in the chat, I think we're probably convinced that next summer Salah will probably go, because we can't see it that FSG give him a brand new deal. Like, he's got a year left in his contract. Salah knows what Saudi are going to offer him are probably going to be more than what Liverpool can afford to offer him. So he either stays till he leaves as a free, and if Liverpool let Mo Salah leave on a free, that would be the worst thing possible. So Liverpool has seriously got to think about this. If they're not going to upgrade his contract, and Liverpool might be like have their backs against the wall anyway, because if Saudi are going to come and offer Salah ridiculous wages, and then Liverpool will go, FSG are going to be like, look, they're offering you that. We can't offer you anywhere near that. We can offer you this. It's up to you if you want to sign that. We're willing to keep you here for the rest of your career if you're willing to sign this. Then it's up to Mo. But then Mo, we don't want to get into a situation where Mo's got a year left in his deal, and then Mo's getting into it. Mo starts to think about it because he's a professional footballer. They're all money orientated. It don't matter who they are. They all are, because they don't get a retirement package. They look at it and go, right, I could leave at the end of I could sign no contract. I'm not going to sign for anyone. I leave for a free at the end of my deal, and I go somewhere and get massive money because I'm a free. The wages would be ridiculous. So Liverpool might have their backs against the wall here. They might not have no choice. I think it'll happen next summer, personally. This summer, they haven't got enough time in transfer market. Just none.
There's a crazy thing as well that Albert told me on a show that I did, and basically Mo got 3 million votes for the president of Egypt, and he wasn't even in the running. Like this guy is idolized across the Middle East. It's crazy. It could be a political move. Moving over.
He's the biggest Arab footballer in the world. There's no doubt about that. He's the biggest Arab footballer in the world, and to one of the biggest Arab countries in Saudi Arabia. No, he's got to get everything. For Mo, it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? It just does. And us as Liverpool fans,
I do think Mo's the type of person though that would wait another year. Like, it would be amazing if he could get the Europa League Cup as well with Klopp, because that is literally winning everything. Like, there's nothing else you can win.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only trophy he hasn't won.
Yeah, so that would be amazing, and then obviously moving on after that. But if he moved on next year, would we still get that money with 1 year left? What do you think?
That's where, if he's only got 1 year left on his deal, then Mo's got all the power. When footballers have only got 1 year left on their deal, they hold the power then, because they can tell their club, I'm not going to sign a new deal, and any team that comes in for me, I'm not going to go to. And then the clubs are probably not going to get the valuation on the player that they want, and then you're selling them for an undercut price. If Mo leaves for a free, and that's what Liverpool got to work out. Liverpool should really be talking to Mo Salah now about a new deal. No, this is when the owners should be talking to Mo Salah right now. This information about how he had to coming in and signing Mo Salah is a real thing. It's really happening, yeah? The interest, we've already heard from all the big journalists and everyone about this. Even Liverpool are aware of it. That's why they're talking about it. So the interest in Mo Salah is completely real. He's got 2 years left in his contract. The owners, for me, should be sitting down with Mo and his agent now, talking about a brand new contract to keep this from happening. Because if they're not talking about a new contract now, then they ain't talking about a new contract next year either, in my opinion. And that's when we get a bit, it gets a bit sticky. Big up, Sam X Legend with the super chat. Says Klopp has the perfect tools to play 4-2-3-1. Why doesn't he start D9 up front? We have Trent and Endo in the double pivot. Salah, Gakpo, Diaz behind. Help me out. I think we all agree. All agree.
I didn't hear your show earlier. Has everybody said how bad Trent was?
Yeah, I've already got. Look, I've said my thing with Trent, and I'll keep saying my thing with Trent. I never question that man's ability on the ball, never. But I'm always going to question his defensive ability, and that's always really and my problem is now we've got Szoboszlai on that right hand side that's covering for Trent, because Szoboszlai's everywhere. and he's covering
Well,
for Trent.
second half. I mean,
And then
Sabozai was like Kante in that game.
Yeah,
honestly, he was everywhere.
I do worry, and Trent's annoying me. I ain't gonna lie. I am actually getting
He's annoying me.
When
he got that yellow card, he was laughing.
Yeah,
he was laughing when he got that yellow card, and when he got sent off, he was laughing again. I hit the roof, mate.
Yeah,
I hit the roof.
Let's be fair. Trent is lucky not to have got sent off today.
And then when Klopp then started warming Gomez up, I was like, okay, brilliant, that's it. He needs to come off. And then when he never came off, and then Gordon ran at him and he couldn't tackle him because he would have got a second yellow card. Yeah, that's how the ball ended up going through to Isak. For him,
I would just look. I said it in the summer.
Like, what?
I said it in the summer before the season started. Trent needs to play midfield now. He's outgrown the right back role. He needs to play midfield. You know, Gareth Bale would Klopp have kept Gareth Bale at left back. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Maybe. Like, you know, I think discussions have to be there in the future. Big up Szoboszlai as well. Apparently, so I think this is Instagram. I don't go on Instagram, but
I would love to see how many miles he ran. I reckon that was a record.
this man, what do we say about Szoboszlai?
Wow.
I think he's the closest thing we're going to Steven Gerrard in a long time.
I get in Gerrard vibes. Like I said that in the I think it was the Bournemouth game. I said he's giving me Gerrard vibes. He really is.
Man, this geezer is just. And the thing is, like, he plays central. He plays CDM. He played
CDM for most of the game. Did you see that?
And then he played left wing at the end, and he looked.
I know.
I mean, I think left wing is more his natural position. To be fair,
it is.
But my God, this guy he's amazing, and I'm just waiting for him to score. That's all I'm waiting. You know, I'm just waiting for him to score, because if he scores. Yeah,
you know what? When he scores, it'll be the goal of the season. I'm telling you. I've got to go, mate. All right, man.
Yeah,
much love, man. Great show.
See you later.
Pick up the chat, by the way. All right. I'll see you later, buddy.
Bye. See you later, man. See you later. Paul says, "I'm sorry to say, but a fair number of our fan base are dead from the neck upwards." Paul, who are you chatting about, man? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, Szoboszlai, I just rate this guy. I think he's a beautiful signing, a beautiful footballer. He's got everything in his locker. His work rate, guys. His work rate is second to none. He's a tremendous player. Alexis McAllister's a great player. Let's talk about Alexis McAllister. I thought Alexis McAllister, he goes under the radar a little bit more, where Szoboszlai is more flamboyant, more flashy. I think McAllister goes under the radar just a little bit. With McAllister today, McAllister knows when to keep the ball. That's what I like about Alexis McAllister. He knows when to keep the ball and to slow the game down. That's what I rate about Alexis McAllister. Again, like I said earlier, we rush far too much for my liking at times. Where Alexis McAllister, you know, he slows the game down. He knows when to pick the game up. Tremendous player. At the moment, McAllister's playing a lot deeper than he probably wants to, because of the situation of our midfield. But McAllister and Szoboszlai, I believe, for me, Szoboszlai and McAllister really complement each other really nicely in what they do in that midfield. It feels like there's a nice balance there. The thing that's letting Liverpool down right now is the system. This high line, this constant needing to play out from the back, and the slow progression passing in midfield. That's what's slowing Liverpool down right now. That system needs to be changed, and you'll see a different Liverpool. But yeah, they were quality today. Alisson Becker. Talk to me, chat. Talk to me, chat. Let me know. Let me know what you think of this guy right here, Alisson Becker. Oh, no words. the best goalkeeper in the world. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, deluded Liverpool fan or anything like that. It's not. This is, he's a beautiful man. He certainly is. He's the best goalkeeper in the world, guys. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. You know, Courtois out injured at the moment, so he's the best goalkeeper in world football, in my opinion. I just don't see a better goalkeeper, man. I think he's incredible. I literally think he's incredible. I think he could go down as the best goalkeeper in the Premier League era. I really do. I think he's that good. That save today, guys. That save today that he put onto the crossbar. Oh my God. And then the other stuff he does that makes it look easy. You know, he does so many things where he picks the ball up, like shots from 20 yards, and he like gathers up really easy, like it's absolutely nothing. He's just a great goalkeeper. I don't know where we'd be without him. That save was naughty, as Nick says. Yeah, Alisson is probably my favourite player at the moment. Big Australian about Schmeichel. Yeah, I think the years. I think we've got to wait till Alisson probably finishes his career at Liverpool and see where he rates then. But I'm looking at him now. I think the game's quicker now. The game's more feisty, technically better, different rules. Yeah, it's hard to judge probably, but yeah, Schmeichel was a great goalkeeper. But Alisson Becker, man, his geezer's just. He's a great goalkeeper. He's a great goalkeeper. I think at the end of his Liverpool career, he could arguably go down as Liverpool's greatest goalkeeper. I know a lot of people will say Ray Clements, and rightly so. Ray Clements is a legend. But I think at the end of his Liverpool career, we could look back on Alisson Becker and go, that he might have been the greatest Liverpool goalkeeper of all time. You know, absolute baller. Absolute baller. Yeah, Ray Clements was out of this world as well. Out of this world. But Alisson Becker, man, different gravy, man. Different gravy. But yeah, we shut this guy up, so that's always funny. That's always funny. But guys, what a result. And it's 3 wins. Look, we are unbeaten now in 14 games. From last season to this season, I believe we're unbeaten now in 14 games. We've had a difficult start to the season, away to Chelsea, draw a home to Bournemouth, pretty easy game, and then away to Newcastle. Pretty hard start to the season, and we got 7 points. I'm actually pretty happy with that so far. We got Aston Villa at home next weekend before the international break. That Aston Villa game next weekend, if we can win that and have 10 points out of our opening 4 games to the Premier League, and we're not even playing well yet. We're not even playing well yet. And this is what annoys me. I think this Liverpool team could do something this season, but we need to go and get players in this week. We need to get a defender in this week. We need to get another midfielder this week. I want to see Doucouré come to Liverpool this week. I want to see Doucouré come to Liverpool. Liverpool should be breaking the bank now for Doucouré. Get Doucouré in our midfield. Go and get a defender. I think Liverpool might be looking at a defender now. Virgil being sent off. You got Kwanzaa there who done actually quite well when he came on. Joey Gomez did well today. Matip still looks a bit rusty for me. But Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Look, he might get better as the season goes on. But always at the back of my mind, always at the back of your guys' minds probably as well, that there's always something defensively issue with Trent, and it's always going to be there. But yeah, yeah, as Sean says, not many teams will beat Newcastle at home this season. You're perfectly right, man. Forget Doucouré, bro. He ain't that guy. Maybe not, but he might come in, you know. If we just get another DM in or another central midfielder in that can play that 6 and 8 role like they're looking for, you know, a bully in midfield, and you get another defender in, I actually feel like Liverpool can achieve something this season. You know, we've got the firepower up front. We know that. For me, we got the best depth of forwards in the Premier League. You know, you got Jota and Darwin Nunez on the bench today. There's not many teams in the top 6 that have got a Darwin Nunez and a Jota that can come off the bench and do things like they did today. You know, that's a good attacking depth. You know, and you've got Alisson, Becker in goal. You've got Szoboszlai and McAllister in midfield. Yeah, just get a couple more people in before the end of the week. Come on, John W. Henry. Open your eyes. Open your wallet. We need 2 players, at least 2 players before the end of the week. And this Liverpool team could actually do something. You know, we could actually do something. But I'm so happy with this win, guys. It's a great comeback. My favourite comeback in the Premier League by Liverpool in years. You know, especially away to home Newcastle, down to 10 men. Everything was against us. The refs are against us. Everything was against us. And we come back and win that game. I'm buzzing. I can't believe we won that game. 7 points out of our first 3 games. 2 very difficult away games as well, straight off the bat. We don't have to play Newcastle and Chelsea. We don't have to play Newcastle and Chelsea away again this season. And we didn't get beaten in any of them games. We're hard to beat. We're hard to beat. And hopefully that can get going forward, guys. But big up to everyone. I'm buzzing off it. Great win. Great win. And I'll be back tomorrow morning for the Phillips coffee morning, guys. So the Jamie Phillips coffee morning will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on your bank holiday Monday. So if no one's at work tomorrow, it's bank holiday Monday. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the coffee morning. Make sure you're all tuning in. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to go through the player ratings more tomorrow as well, and some transfer gossip and what's going on in the newspapers. You know the score, guys. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Go and hit that like button. Go and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well when you subscribe so you know when I go live. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Liverpool got 3 points. Darwin Nunez is clutch. Big up the Reds. You never walk alone. See you tomorrow, guys. Much love to all of you.